On the heels of a dominant message sent to Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, what did Karrion Kross, Scarlett, and the Authors and Pain and Paul Ellering have in store for us on this episode of SmackDown? And what would happen with LA Knight, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles in their pursuit of the World Heavyweight title? And we also got more stuff between Bayley and Bianca Belair, obviously familiar foes. Lots happening on this week's episode of SmackDown. But with scheduled match between Cameron Grimes and Graham Waller to kick things off never happened, as the Bloodline, accompanied by Heyman, jumped the former in the aisle. Heyman pointed SmackDown GM Nick Aldis in the villain in this picture, not him nor the Bloodline. The top ranking officials on Friday nights insisted that the fatal four-way match was a done deal for the Rumble. He further asserted his control of the brand by booking a 3-on-2 handicap match for the main event, pitting Styles, Knight and Orton against Sikoa and Uso. And a noteworthy and unpredictable start. I love the way they're presenting Aldis. It's a bit of a shame for Grimes that all happened, but I think the centre of the storyline, Aldis and Heyman, I really like the way they're going and the way Aldis is acting. Great stuff. First match of the night was Del Toro and Wild versus Garza and Carrillo. Escobar, Garza and Carrillo obviously building up their momentum in their rivalry with the LWO, but not without controversy. Later in the match, Carlito appeared, jumping Escobar from behind at ringside. Destruction allowed Garza to score a tainted victory via pinfall and a handful of the rope. The match was as good as one would expect given the talent involved, hampered only by a needless return late. Carlito could have given the heels a clean win here, and the shine that comes with it. As it is, the heels picked up the win, but it may be short-lived with Rey Mysterio out of action for a bit. Obviously I'm going to do this feud first. So it kind of felt like a bit of compromise. I maybe would have done it in the way they did it, but it makes sense. I'll go with a 6 out of 10. Bianca Belair versus Bayley was up next. For the second consecutive week, we got a lengthy match for the women's division as they kind of rekindled their rivalry here. It was a strong action featuring some great ring psychology from the heel and a resilient performance from the EST, but the story remained a disintegrating relationship between role model and her teammates. Later in the match, Bayley pleaded with Dakota Kai, Oscar and Kairi Sane, the women's champion Oscar, but found no help. Led again at alone and Lowe's be there to her own. Backstage, Kai wrote it off in an attempt by the group to show Bayley what she's up against in the Rumble, but it's clear the faction is going to explode at some point and potentially ignite a babyface run for Bayley. And to be honest, I really hope she wins the Rumble, turns on damage control. That'd be great. That's the direction I go. I really like where they're all going with this. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits were still infuriated following the beatdown they suffered at the hands of Karrion Kross and EAOP a week ago and challenged heels to meet them in the ring. Instead, entering from the darkness and pointed to the video screen where a new warning from Kross aired in it. He said the group has been labelled the final testament. The babyfaces were left on guard as their newfound rivals continue to create an ominous environment on SmackDown. A solid follow-up to last week in which allowed the heels to take centre stage without having to run the beatdown back or book similar segments this week. It was a warning more than anything, and it's unlikely to be the last one. And bit of an off week for that, but I think action will definitely pick up again soon. But moving on into Carmelo Hayes versus Austin Theory. What was a hotly contested match between two of the bright young stars in WWE kind of came to an abrupt conclusion following what appeared to be a head and a neck injury suffered by Theory. The injury came after a top rope manoeuvre in which Theory clearly landed on top of his head / side of his neck. Wham was clearly stunned. The match was called off, and commentators Corey Graves and Kevin Patrick did a great job by putting over the risk and danger of the in-ring action before transitioning into the next topic at hand, but not before wishing him best as well. And we'd like to reiterate those messages. Seems like a bit of an accident there, and hopefully everyone's involved. And credits the referee for being quick, thinking on his feet and stopping the action. Before it's time for our main event, the 3-on-2 handicap match, and they've got the Bloodline shaking near challengers, as evidenced by the manner in which they pummeled Solo and Jimmy here. The heels took out Orton prior to the scheduled 3-on-2, but failed to keep him out as the Viper emerged from the locker room late in the contest and rocked Uso with an RKO for the W. After the match, the successful Raven further punished their opponents, concluding by putting Sikoa through the announce table. It's a definitive statement to Roman Reigns ahead of the Rumble that the Tribal Chief should be worried about losing his title in this 4-way match. In the grand scheme of things, being the overarching Bloodline story, it put Uso and Sikoa in a position to be scapegoats, and that's going to be interesting to see how long they all stand up to Reigns. And the challenge is coming together, creates an interesting dynamic as well. So I thought this was really good. 7 out of 10. And overall, SmackDown this week gets a 6 out of 10 for me. I thought, on the whole, a pretty good episode of SmackDown. It wasn't a remarkable episode of SmackDown, but I think a few weeks out from the Royal Rumble, didn't really expect it to be too big, saving some stuff for later on. But I thought what they did do here was pretty solid action. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.